Sachal in the power play, it's something that it's been a long time since I have seen it. Runs are leaking, perhaps that's why. The captains looked around. Just look for somebody who's swinging the ball, but swing the ball just a little bit. Or even he starts off waywardly. The wide ball curse continues. Easy single available. Played with soft hands, just a dab. In 19 balls, 40 runs have been accumulated. And still looks like a quiet phase of the game despite a wicket falling in between as well. It's because of the number of extras. The overs have been long. This one came back in nicely. It looks so good when the ball lands in the right region for it to swing and cause troubles to the batter. That's what Masada showed. Once that single, it's not available. Kinnar was in a good position to get the throw in if required. And that stare has sent a statement as well. This is going to be an interesting battle. Sachal starting to get it right early in the over itself. But he's given width this time, and here is Asan, who thrives on width. Doesn't want to miss out on this opportunity for sure. Moves into double figures, and moves into double figures with great authority. This one kept low. Didn't even wait to get up on his 2 feet. Dispatched the throw so quickly. This is good to watch. Ahsan Khan, the captain of Pakistan under 19 at one stage, but not once, but twice. Not many get this opportunity to captain the under 19 side twice. Or gets into a good position to play that shot. It's going to be 4. Looked stylish when he hit through the offside. The second one was exactly what the team needed. Didn't matter how he looked. Wasn't very comfortable, but it's put away for 4. 4 overs, 49 for 1. Barrington Crescent off to a great start despite losing an opener. This one skids through. Painfully close to the leg stump. That made a good sound as it came off the bat, and it'll make a good result as well. Barrington Crescent reached the 50 mark in superb style. Asar Mehdi is looking good. 21, and you invert those figures. 12 balls he's faced. Such a good pickup shot. Just reads the length so early. Watch this one sail. Same region, same result. Asar Mehdi is getting better and better with every ball that he faces in this innings. Just in case you missed the first 6, here is a replay. He says, what a shot. Sharad Lamba is suggesting, why don't you open up the offside for him, make him score runs on the offside. That is such a good pickup. Clean as a whistle. And no half measures whatsoever. He can hit sixes from within the crease. They've changed the angle of attack, but would it change the result? Now he goes through the offside. Got a fingertip to it. The diving fielder, hence it's not a boundary. Otherwise it was well struck. Barrington Crescent. They're off to a great start indeed. Straight as it can get, but he didn't leave. I think he was looking for the bail and not the ball. But he's suggesting that's gone. Decision with the third umpire. A good shot from Asar can put Ehsan in trouble. He's left the crease here. If Dave's got fingertips to it, looks like he's got a finger to it. But Ehsan had never left the crease in terms of the bat being grounded. What does Judge say? And not out signal by the third umpire. The crowd's enjoying themselves. Yes, the statement's been sent across. Tap and run. And a very good call indeed. It's been the release shot. The pressure is never built this way. And you also get to farm the strike if you plan it accordingly. 30 or 15, Asher will retain strike 65 for 1. Correction, it was Ehsan who picked up that single, so Ehsan will farm the strike. "65 for 1 in 5 overs. It's a great start for the Barrington Crescent. Has to be quicker, but didn't get the throw properly. Just couldn't grab the ball as well as he would have wanted it to. Wanted to, rather. How quietly have they notched up 66? There was a spike of interest in between when two back-to-back sixes were hit by Usher. Otherwise... Oh, now make it 3 sixes now. This is incredible. That region behind square belongs to Usher. No trespassing. Abhi with that angle was only helping Usher as the ball stood up at a comfortable height. And the class of Usher Mehdi just oozed out of that shot. 7 runs in the first 2. What a way to invite Abhi to bowl his first over. This time slow over. And there is protection in the deep. Usher doesn't give it the full throttle. He's content with the single. Oh, the mind games. They wanted to bowl in the region that he loves to hit the ball in. But Usher did not offer the full flow of the bat as he sensed there is a fielder in the deep. Very good delivery. A genuine waft. Straight to the fielder, but still they'll squeeze a single. Wasn't in great control as he got the throw in. What an attempt to stop the ball in the first place. Otherwise, that was going to skimmer away for 4. Struck so well. Didn't time it too well. And there was such a lurking in the deep. 6 overs gone. 76 for 1. Barrington Crescent still on top. Pace off seems to be doing the trick at this stage. Sharad Lumba. Just one run of the first three. And he does produce the wicket. Sharad Lumba, the man with the golden arm. United 11 were desperately in need of a wicket. Sharad Lumba was waiting and waiting for the Pacers to provide one. That didn't happen. And that's the end of a very good innings from Usher. Inside out, doesn't get the elevation at the edge of the 30-yard circle. A good catch. Two runs at the over and a wicket. Just what the doctor ordered for United 11. The two games that we've seen so far, the semi-finals, have been of different ilk altogether. The first one very fiery, quick. The second one just ruminating, but still will provide a good finish is what we hope. 78 for 2 BCC in 7 overs. Abhi went for 11 in his first over, induced a fall shot of the last ball of Asher Mandi. Sharad Lumba has found a way to send it back to the hut. Little bit of a stutter, but the single is complete. It's still a very good start. 80 for 2. Barrington Crescent in 7.1 in the semi-final. Momentum still with the batting team. What a probing delivery. It's known as the corridor of uncertainty, and Abhi wants to knock every door in that corridor at the moment. It's a great ball for someone new to the crease. It's a great ball to him. Off the mark, Mohammad Waqas. Tons of runs in Lahore before he made the switch here. Mohammad Waqas. And he's playing with someone who's played a lot of cricket with. Slower delivery, so much that it not just troubles the batter but completely bamboozles Trishane Coleman. Had to hurry, but gets there in time eventually. The denominations are reducing, ones and twos. The game's getting quieter. Quite in contrast to the way they started Barrington Crescent. This is the phase where United 11 will try and pull things back into their favour. That's a poor delivery. Has to be a wide delivery. And the extras have been problematic for United 11. Yes, their workload has been increased today, but it's the same cricketers who have played the longer format as well. So their bodies understand what's required. 8 overs gone, 85 for 2. The spectators eventually trickle in. They came in when Asher Mehdi was going great guns. It's lovely to see that this tournament is a reflection of USA itself. Very inclusive, celebrating differences, celebrating the world, and celebrating cricket. Different cricket cultures amalgamate together here at Liberty Cup 2023 by Studio 7. And there's always so much to learn from each other. A quick thank you to our platinum sponsors, CAD Engineering, gold sponsors Pro Motion Physical Therapy, H&H Cycles, United Transportation, and our silver sponsors Warrior Trucking, Live Wellness Lounge, and of course our food sponsors. That's a very good delivery from Sharad Lumba. He does deserve a Mama Maria pizza. And Bismillah Supermarket, thank you to our food sponsors as well. It's their support that keeps Liberty Cup going. That's a good connect, and it's going to land way beyond the required fence. In fact, it's crossed 2 to 3 fences. Good luck retrieving that. Sharad Lumba had missed his mark, and the ball was never to be seen again. That's the way the story finishes. He absolutely climbed onto this one. And Sharad Lumba didn't even bother tracking the ball with his eyes. He knew immediately as it left the bat, it's going to be 6. It's a no-look shot. By the time he swiveled and looked, the ball was looking like a dot in the sky. Powerful. Very well timed as well. Trishan Coleman can strike the ball big too. I remember watching him in the East Coast. I think it was the Big 3 tournament where he went great guns, played similar shots, and single-handedly produced the victory for his side. He'll be itchy to go in front of the wicket with a different pair of pads, different pair of gloves, and a bat in hand. This is going to take a while, and that's why this is going to be a forced drinks break too. .93 for 2. Not just manpower, you need a lot of optimism to retrieve that ball because it crossed not 1, 2 but 3 fences. One through the offside. In total control. Sometimes a little break can cause the batter to lose confidence. Not on this occasion. More than confidence, I should say concentration. But not on this occasion. He used that time to regroup. Would have been very tight. Into the over, an expensive over from Sharath Lumba. 9 overs gone, 97 for 2. And this is how it became even more expensive after that 6, the boundary. Sensibly placed it in the gap, and the wrist work was marvellous to watch. He's a complete batsman. (17) without a wicket in 2 overs. Abhiv can change that if he keeps bowling outside the off stump. And he's decided to bowl slower. Direct hit required. Direct hit produced. It's gone. Waqas Mohammed cannot believe it. In a big semi-final, he has to lose his wicket this way. Hassan will have a conversation waiting to happen if and when he gets back to the pavilion, and he would hope it's not sooner, as the anger would be simmering in Waqas, who was sold a dummy. Great pickup by Sharath Lumba. And a lovely dispatch as well. And he had to get out of the way of the batter who was trying to reach desperately. Did all the 3 things within a span of 3 seconds really, really well. Produced the result he wanted and avoided the collision. Oh, it's got him! Perfect start. 2 wickets back to back. Hasib, a 1-ball visitor. The Yorker when it mattered the most. Hasib couldn't get his bat down on time. Stumps rattled. Didn't expect this. Hasib, the tall lad, and the ball slips from under the bat. 97 for 4. In walks Hassan Khan. Very experienced. He's shown his class in franchise tournaments before. The gladiators were always eyeing him. And he doesn't disappoint. Wides have been galore. He was expecting more venom on that ball. Hassan, who's got to get used to this surface. Interesting ploy in the first game. Team winning the toss said we want to bowl first. Midwest CC. They wanted to bowl first. See how the surface behaves. Second semi-final. They said we've got to put runs on the board. Win the toss, choose to bat. Barrington CC at the halfway stage are well poised. 98 for 4 with a never-ending batting lineup. A couple of jolts in this over. One ball to go. Just one run of it, 2 wickets. Hassan off the mark. Inching towards 100, still one left. 99 for 4 at the halfway stage. Barrington Crescent. High and handsome. Teasing Sachal, one of the tallest in the deep. Result in Hassan's favour. Sharad Lamba suggesting, what's the point of playing volleyball for so long? Jump. If not 6, you could have just stopped it from going for 1. If not a catch, rather. That's a good delivery. The quicker one. Sharat Lumba, it's something that he developed later on, but seems to be put to great use. Works with TP Singh back in Punjab. And of course was assistant coach when TP Singh was a coach in Melbourne for the under-19 side recently. Slight adjustments made to the offside field. 3 men inside the ring. 2 for the cut shot, with a third man slightly squarer and a backward point at the edge of the circle. Man it covers. Huge appeal. Would have missed, says the umpire. Cut away nicely. Will pick up a single. One-handed pickup is always stylish. The misfield will allow the second run. Sharat Lamba wasn't in a position to collect the ball in the first place. Usually doesn't happen with spinners as they do not have a follow-through that takes them forward. Little unhappy with the second run being conceded, Sharat Lamba. Even more so at his own expense. Last ball. Trishin lets it go, more to the frustration of Sharat Lumba, and 2 runs added to the tally. 11 overs gone, 110 for 4. Starts off with a wide delivery, so in the scorecard the over is yet to start. 6 deliveries. Can he manage those 6 deliveries without a wide delivery? Abhi, who's picked up a wicket, but the lengths that he's bowled, he's got better and better with every over. The lines have always been a problem. That's much better. There is a 12th fielder, if you will. He's got to stay away. He's got to stay away from the field. He's intruded twice. That went very quickly off the bat and very quickly to Basado. Good job stopping it. Barrington Crescent have been kept under check after the 2 wickets fell back to back. Hassan is going to be featuring in one of the best innings under pressure if he can get going from here. 36 of 29 is good enough, but there's still a lot to be done. Build the platform for a big finish and then provide one if you hang around till then. The lights are coming on slowly, but they're coming on. The Juliet Slammers Baseball Stadium is going to assume a different kind of beauty under lights. Not in control, but a run nonetheless. And Abhi manages to finish the over without any more wides. 12 overs gone, 114. Make it 115 with that single for 4. Two wickets in the 10th over. The first wicket fell. I think the second one. Still, it's a tall Manhattan. Oh, that's gone for 4. Fielder in the deep. Just kept on delaying that dive, I thought. And the ball raced away to the fence. Oh, very well played. Remember, that's a good comeback. Remember, it's a baseball stadium where the balls are not hit down the ground. The grass hasn't experienced so much leather, so much of anything for that matter, any ball. Chirag is eventually afforded a smile, but he had to run for cover for a moment, the umpire. Love the drift, but even better is Hassan's batting. Masarab has been a lone warrior. And we have the 12th fielder again. He's got to be very politely asked to leave. Oh, that's a very good shot. When you make 11 men look like statues, you just know that you have played a terrific shot. It's unbelievable how he got the timing right too. Impeccable. Opening the face of the bat and full throttle. Marvelous hit. Oh, this one's pummeled on the leg side and doesn't get the gap. Kemal Lewis with his tall strides, long strides, gets to the ball. And someone's got to stop him. He's congratulating the fielders, but the wrong one, I think. Abhi Burke is escorting him outside the play area. Yes, I understand his intentions to be involved in the game and is more than welcome to be, but not in this manner. And the non-emergency police have arrived and they will escort the troublemaker outside the play area. The play has been stopped for a while. And I don't think this questioning session will last long, as he'll be escorted outside the play area for the game to continue. It's a forced drinks break as well. These are not visuals that you turn up to a cricket match for. As the officials, the game officials and the non-emergency police wait patiently, trying to reason with someone who's intruded not once, not twice, but 5 times already. Dave has been very expensive today. But could this be his first wicket? Masado's put this one down. Such a good fielder up until this point. One that goes straight down his throat. He's made a meal of it. The batter survives and BCC continue their dominance in the game, scoring at 10 and over. Hassan thought he was a corner. And Masado straight in and out. 130 for 4 after 13 overs. Masado cannot believe it himself. He sets high standards for himself. And the glimpses of fielding before this shows exactly that. It happens in cricket sometimes that an opportunity has gone down, and if it's you who played a part in it, you're asked to provide another one. Perhaps go the distance and convert that into a wicket. Masado's 3 overs would be gold dust, because he's clean but doesn't get the elevation. Good catch. He might be signalling 6. Is he signalling 6? I don't think so. I think it's a part of a celebration with which he's put his hand up. Bhatti has completed the catch indeed. Timing his jump to perfection. Hassan held his shape, Ehsan rather, held his shape, but didn't get the elevation. That is a fantastic catch. The brilliance of Bhatti will bring an end to Hassan's good innings. 42 of 35. And Masado has provided the breakthrough. 131 for 5. The sixes are getting bigger and bigger for Hassan. And Dave is leaking runs in every over. Today is not his day with the ball in hand. At least not in this game. What a start to the over. Hassan launching into that shot. Flirting with the wide line a little bit, as Hassan had to reach out for it despite him moving a little bit towards the offside. It wasn't an it wasn't a very extra movement or an exaggerated movement outside off stump, but whatever little there was, it has to be calculated while declaring it a wide or no. Matthew Ford knows one language. Hit the ball. Little frustrated that he couldn't get a boundary of that ball. He's practicing the scoop. He's got that extra bit of height as well, Matthew Ford, and a very strong base. Generates that much power. One ball to go. Dave has pulled it back in this over, but still very expensive. 47 without a wicket. Last ball of his spell would be a single. Matthew Ford will keep the strike. 143 for 5. The Barrington Crescent. The final 5 overs of the first innings. And Matthew's got enough willow on this one. No point running. Save your legs. Masado gets it wrong. It sits up for Matthew to complete the swivel comfortably. The connection on that was second to none. A cricket ball can be hit so well is something that you find out when Matthew is in full flow. Misses out on this one, Matthew Ford. Somehow the ball's pierced the fielders and it's gone for 4. I thought it was Sachal who put in the dive and he did so really well. Masado's given away 11 in this over already. This should be a single only. Make it 12 of the over. The crescendo finish for the Crescent has started. 12 of the first 4. 155 for 5 already. This is game on. Under lights. On a track with tricky bounce. In the big semi-final. It's going to take some doing. A little tired Masado as well. United 11, remember they're playing their second game today. Played their first game outstandingly well, hence they are here playing the semi-final. White ball signal. Even though there was a little bit movement of the batter, that one pitched outside the mat almost. Unhappy Masado. Just like any bowler would be with marginal calls of that kind. He's running the first one hard, but the second, it's on. The pressure was put. It's the pressure that caused the misfield. 16 overs gone. 159 for 5. Ashar Mehndi provided a great start. Along with Ehsan Ahmed, stitched a partnership that propelled Barrington Crescent towards a respectable total. Waqas was unfortunately run out, and Ehsan Ahmed couldn't believe that his partner is leaving. Hasib Azam was a one-ball visitor today, deserved runs today for the kind of form that he's usually in, but the Yorker from Virk was too good. Hassan Khan's 36 or 21 has been a lovely innings so far, but he needs to provide the big finish. Matthew Ford has already shown glimpses of what he can do when the ball is in his alley. 6 bowlers used so far. 2 wickets for Masado Sims, 1 for Rabi, 1 for Sharad, who set things going. The 21 extras can come back to hurt them. United 11 were lacking discipline early on. Wides down the leg side, wides on the offside. 11 runs of Sachal's first over. He's been given the second. And he's been given the charge as well. Is that a catch? Has Masado pulled out a rabbit out of the hat? Has Masado pulled out a rabbit out of the hat? The free play will suggest if he's indeed pulled a rabbit out of the hat. Unbelievable effort nonetheless. And looks like the batter is already walking. So it is a clean take indeed. The slower delivery from Sachal. A leading edge. Masado throws himself and pouches it cleanly. He might be very tired, but the body cooperates just when it's required. It's the passion for the sport. Sachal's picked up his first wicket. 159 for 6. The ball's gone absolutely nowhere. Asif Khan facing his first. Now we'll get the single. Hassan is the set batter. What an over this has turned out to be so far for Sachal. He's groomed himself into a death bowler. 2 runs at the over and a wicket. Last ball coming up. So this is going to be an exciting delivery. Wants to retain strike, Hassan. 17 overs gone. 162 for 6. Seventeen overs, 162 for 6. Sharad Lumba has been phenomenal today. 23 for 1 in 3 overs when everyone's going for runs. This should be taken. And Sachal has, I think, managed to squeeze himself, shrink himself to stay within the play area and complete that catch. It will be looked at once again. His body language suggests that he's not sure. Has Sharat Lumba provided a wicket? And that too, a big wicket of Hassan. Or has Sachal managed a catch? No, he's hopping, of course. The line is so bleak that you can't see from here. I don't think that's a convincing angle. We'll wait for the umpire. Now Hassan, I think, is waiting. From here, it's very difficult to say if it's a clean catch or no. It's very inconclusive. And because of the lack of evidence of that being a catch or no, Hassan survives. No, Hassan's already back in the heart, it seems. It's given. It's given as out. That means it was left to the umpire's discretion, on the umpires on field, and they feel that it is a clean catch. Sometimes the technology might fail, but we've got to go with the on-field umpires. And that means Hassan's innings is cut short. 37 of 25. A very valuable innings under circumstances. It's Sharat Lumba who's had the last laugh. And Sachal, despite his big foot, has managed to stay within the line required. Fiddle Edwards. Hobby breaking stumps. Two new batters at the crease when the Barrington Crescent have got to go big. 163 is a very good score, mind you. He's scampering for that single, and the throw was delivered at the perfect height. Masara is excited to know. Coleman's not very excited. If the movement of the stump is any indication, then the batter seems to be in trouble. But if you've got to see the crown of the stumps called the bails, then you can't see from this angle. This angle, juxtaposed with the previous one, would be the ideal way to find out if the decision is in the favor of the batter or no. But even in the previous angle, if you see, the movement of the leg stump extravagantly means that the bail would have left a long time back. Left the groove, that is. 18 overs, 164 for 7. And there wasn't conclusive evidence that the batter is out indeed. So he shall stay there, no doubt. Sachal bowling the penultimate over. 14 for 1 in 2 overs. He's shaping himself to be one of the best death bowlers in franchise cricket of late. And if he can develop this skill even more, then he becomes a very rare commodity. Again, not offering pace. Asking the batter to provide the power if he wants runs, and in the process lose his shape. 166 for 7. Poor delivery. There's always room for improvement. The wides today have scored more runs than a few batters. Just like in Australia, the extras columns used to be called a Xavier Truss. He offered the bat to it. In fact, he offered a shot and he didn't. And then he later realized, I think, that the ball hasn't arrived in his zone at all. It's a no ball. It's going to be a free hit because the ball pitched outside the mat. The ball pitched outside the mat. And the free hit doesn't connect. Only a single. Fidel Edward, Asif Khan, both of them. Fidel Edwards and Asif Khan, both of them are looking for the middle of the bat, which they aren't finding at the moment. 170 is still a tremendous total on a tricky track of this kind. But slower deliveries are serving well. Sachal doesn't want the throw, doesn't want drama. A single will suffice. One delivery left. It's been a very good over despite a wide and a no ball. And singles galore. Very good over from Sachal as he keeps the boundary balls at bay. Not providing pace. 172 for 7. Final over coming up. The United 11 are over their time limit, and that means they've got to sacrifice a fielder outside the ring for the final over. Just 4 outside the ring. Fielder in the deep. Did go for the catch. And in hindsight, would have wanted to hang back and save that for. Masado can afford a smile, a wry smile. Fiddle Edwards gets his first boundary. That one connects. And it's going to land beyond the rope easily. Fiddle Edwards growing from strength to strength. And a freebie full toss, he puts that away. 10 runs of the first 3 balls. It's a tired Masado, who's given away 43. And has picked up 2 wickets. That became a very innocuous full toss in the end. Fiddle Edwards doesn't run. Asif thought that was in syllabus. Masado suggesting Fiddle Edwards is outside his crease. Who's out? And looks like Fiddle's got to walk. Masado is quite content that Fiddle is walking because he was the one smashing 6s and 4s. It pitched outside, so he thought that's going to be a wide or no ball. But also it pitched outside because he's moved outside that much, outside off. Fiddle Edwards has moved outside off, and that means the wide line moves with him further away. And while he was processing all that, didn't realize that his partner had covered the distance for a run. This is very good umpiring. Not only has he solved the confusion, but also ensured that the game goes ahead as quickly as possible, because Fiddle Edwards was ready to stay and ask a few more questions. The conundrum is solved. The game shall go on. Masado. Leading edge will not carry. It's a single. Qasim loves to go leg side. Mid-wicket his favourite place. And 6 is his favourite result. Goes without saying. It's good slower delivery. And once again Asif runs. Asif has been in this mode where he's running if the ball's going absolutely nowhere as well. Qasim's asking why. The call is usually yes or no, not why. Now Barrington Crescent have 1 wicket left and only 1 ball left. So even if they are bundled out, 184 is a very good total. But if Qasim connects, it can be more. However, ready to run full tilt. Slower delivery, doesn't connect, but they've got to run for 2. Throw at the non-strikers and gathers well eventually. Masado has done his part. So 185 for Barrington Crescent, which is a great total on this surface. And chasing 186 under lights in a big finale, it's going to take some doing. Do United 11 have it in them to get to 186? It's going to be a run chase to remember if they get there. We'll join you with all the action in just a moment's time.
Huh? Okay. What is it? Okay. I ain't going nowhere. I'll reach after. I'm not leaving here. Does that make sense? They usually should bring it. If they should really should bring it. Yeah, they should bring it. Yeah. When I come down here, it's to get out of here. Leave. take off the cameras. We leave the tripods. We were supposed to get some garbage bags to put over the tripods, just in case rain. I don't know if you got them.
Yeah, but there's no rain.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's no rain.
You sure?
Yeah. No one but fucking no rain.
Yeah, come on inside. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
How did you manage to pick that up? All the equipment.
Huh?
How did you manage to pick all the equipment up?
Oh, Marshall, do what?
How did you manage to pick the equipment up?
With
Use
great,
screen.
great care.
Tell me if you need anything else.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, no problem.
So much swing, plus so much accuracy. What a start for Fiddle Edwards. This is incredible swing. The way it tailed back in. You can watch it 100 times. Brilliant. It's in fact hit the middle stump. I thought it hit the leg. It's in fact hit the middle stump. Played all around it there. Backing away and losing furniture. And the pace as well with swing. It's a deadly combo. The square leg umpire looks like the straight umpire here with the stumps turning. 1 for 1. Now Lewis doesn't need to run the second. It's gone for 4. He's got to utilize this power play to his advantage here. United 11, if they've got to get close to 185, they've got to make the most of the power play. It goes without saying, and not worry about the wicket they've lost. They shouldn't worry even if they lose another. But it's about how many they can knock off in the first 6 with just 2 men patrolling. In the air for a jiffy, but land safe. Because Fiddle Edwards can provide that extra pace, produce that extra pace. Everyone is at the edge of the 30-yard circle. Five for 1. Five without a wicket. No, 5 for 1 after 1. 5 for 1 after 1. By the time Bhatti looked up, the bowler was steaming in. Matthew Ford, you got to give me a little more time, brother. Sunny Bhatti has suggested all that with just a smile. Sunny Bhatti was I think in the probables of Haryana. For Haryana. Okay, now Lewis, he's got to use his long levers. Get the sixers out of the way. Make 186 an easier route. He's got the power. He's got the game to tackle the moving ball. And I think Fiddle Edwards is also suggesting make him play straighter. Matthew Ford's waiting for that piece of advice to end. He's very itchy to bowl the next one. But when an experienced campaigner like Fiddle Edwards says, you listen. Kenal Lewis is quite content, changing the interception points by already standing outside the crease to throw Matthew Ford off his length. Fiddle Edwards wasting no time in his first over. Second ball, stumps were knocked. That's trickling away to the fence quickly. And the ball will win the race. Kenal Lewis has a thing or two to say as well to Matthew Ford. Ten for 1. 5 runs of this over so far. This one came back in sharply. This is a good delivery. The amount of conversation between the batter and the bowler, and all in a tone that's absolutely acceptable to the umpire. I think right now there are more conversations between the batter and the bowler than the batters themselves. It's continuing even after the run-up has started. The ball's doing a bit after pitching. I think even the artificial surface can come to life under lights. How cruel would that be for the batter? 12 for 1 with a ball to go to finish the second. 7 runs of this over so far. Kennard's going to look to go for the big shot. Has he connected? Yes, he has. The ball flies off his bat. What a way to end the over. 13 runs come of it. It's 18 for 1. Didn't even look like he put power behind it. But that one flew. And the only reason it stopped anywhere is because it had to tread uphill. Made it look so simple, yet so effective, Kenal Lewis. He packs a punch. Two overs, 18 for 1. That's got to go for 4. Sunny Bhatti gets the boundary as well. This is auguring well for United 11. Both the batters have started to tick. Both the batters have started off nicely. Kenal Lewis, the better of the two, 15 or 7. Sunny Bhatti is exploring the ground route to score runs. Kenal Lewis is quite content going aerial. Effective in their own ways. Very contrasting styles of play as well. Wants that single there, Kenal Lewis. Very good call for a single. Usually it's the batter who calls for it because he knows how hard he's hit it. But here is Kenal believing in Sunny a little more and believing in himself that he can get to the striker's end. .2, 23 for 1. Good swing. I think Fiddle Edwards is the only bowler we have found today who's been awarded with a slip for the kind of swing and control. The understanding of angles is just marvelous from the captain of Barrington Crescent. And very prudent captaincy. It's very difficult to get an LBW shout going your way from there when the ball starts from outside leg and swings back in a little. Yeah, Kenan Lewis is suggesting the same thing. But Lewis's habit of talking to the bowlers, I think it's coming out of camaraderie. But look at the swing here. Full marks for the swing. Good shot. When there is space being provided, all you need is placement. Boundary collected. 3 overs gone, 28 for 1. Three overs gone, 28 for 1. Kenan Lewis. Hasib is started off with a delivery that's hitting Kenan Lewis on the thigh pad and a little higher. And he's a tall man, mind you, Kenan Lewis. That much bounce being generated. Oh, God, underneath this one. But the timing. That was off. Otherwise, this ball would have flown. What an effort. Flung himself without a second thought. It's a very good over so far. Just one run off it. 2 more deliveries to go. Hasib has started off well. The Barrington Crescent needed something to cheer about, and this will be the over to cheer about. Even more so if he can knock a wicket. United 11, 29 for 1 is a good start. I think they're expecting to take the game deep with the likes of Sharat Lumba, Tristan Coleman. They're expecting it to take it deep. The power hitters can take them home if the game is provided to them in a zone that the power hitters like. Barrington Crescent giving it everything. 4 overs gone, 29 for 1. An excellent over from Hasib comes to an end. Direct hit when he least expected it. Still those long strides makes him feel comfortable that he's made it. More work for the umpire Chirag though to reset the furniture. Just one run of this over. Matthew Ford, what a comeback after giving away 13 in his first over. Make it 2. Make it 2 runs. He's frustrated with himself. He thought it's the final time he's running in this over. Not to be. You could clearly sense the frustration. But just like that, the extra delivery doesn't cost anything. 5 overs gone, 31 for 1. 31 for 1. Every time it hits his thigh pad, it's definitely higher than the stumps. The ball's skidding a little bit though. Something that we didn't see in the first game. It was stopping a little bit in the first game, even the first innings. Has the dew started to take effect? I'm being told that Chicago doesn't offer dew at this juncture in summer. Last time when I was here at the Hanover Park, the ball was a bar of soap every time it went to the outfield. But there's definitely some skid. Kenal Lewis, who started off with a superb 6, is now a runner ball 18, or now 18 of 19 balls. He's not looking as threatening as he initially was. But he's moved on to a fluent 12 of 12. (32 for 1). United 11. Hasib's given away just 2. He started off well. Just 2 more deliveries to go. If he can close it out well with just 1 run of this over. No, he won't be able to, because this one's launched into the sky. And even though the celebrations that you see in the sky might be for something else, it falls in line with Sunny's beautiful shot for 6. This is terrific hitting indeed. No half measures whatsoever. Half volley put away. Such a clean striker of the cricket ball. He was exploring the grass of all areas in the cricket ground. Now wants to take the aerial route. Very successful in doing both. Oh, what a great talent he is, Sunny Bhatti. Not just him, there's so many young talented cricketers that we've seen take centre stage in this wonderful tournament. Liberty Cup 2023, the Liberty Cup USA, brought to you by Studio 7. Thanks to everyone who's been a part of making this successful. It was a dream. It's the baby of Mr. Hassan Dastagir, who believed that he can bring these 8 teams on board with a common vision to build cricket in Chicagoland, and how he watches it bloom and blossom as it takes this beautiful shape of a cricket match in a baseball stadium, the Slammers Baseball Stadium, which is immersed in history in different sports, now can proudly wear a badge of hosting cricket too. There's so much together. The whole of Chicago and its culture has come together in a tournament where cricket is celebrated. It's a carnival indeed, and it's for you in Chicago. Every one of you watching. The outside edge will grant him 4. What an over this has turned out to be suddenly. Just 1 run of the first 4 balls and 10 runs thereafter. At the end of the 6 overs, the power play restrictions will be lifted. United get a move on, 46 for 1. Bhatti will thank his bat for sure. When he gets it from the middle of the bat, it's 6. The outside edge is yielding for 42 for 1 after 6. 22 of 14. Sunny Bhatti has helped himself to a nice little innings, while Kenal Lewis is spending a bit more time before shifting to the next gear. I would love to be a fly on the wall Or perhaps we need a stump mic for sure. Because the conversations just go on. And what is he talking about? Is it a sledge, the friendliest of sledges? Six overs, 42 for 1. 144 is a long way. 84 deliveries, but they're keeping themselves in the hunt thanks to Sunny Bhatti's innings of substance so far. And 19 or 20 for Kenal Lewis. He's got to shift to the next gear. He's quite content feeding the strike to Sunny Bhatti now. I think he's taken a single so that the conversations can continue. What is it about? What is the discussion about? Is it about every single shot that he's played? That's real-time improvement there for you. When you earn the respect of the opposition. 20 of 21. He's been kept quiet after that 6. This one came back in a little. But again, from that angle when it pitches outside of, it's okay. When it pitches outside leg, it's impossible to be given out LBW. But did it pitch in line? It's difficult to say from here. But that's the risk that Fidel Edwards runs. Much better. And as a batter, you've got to be very wary. If you play the initial line, you could be in trouble. There's always a second line with Fidel Edwards. The ball is swinging. Extravagant swing makes for great TV viewing. Oh, well, that's one way to say to the non-striker, stay inside the crease. Fidel Edwards, running almost from 30-yard circle, decides to put in all that effort to send a statement, then you listen. Now, we were talking about that swing. It's not the extravagant swing which looks good on television that gets you the wickets. It's that little swing that will kiss the outside edge. Fidel Edwards has already shown what a Yorker can do. Just 2 runs at this over. Is he tempted to bowl another? Not that line. And the fact that it didn't swing didn't help him at all. Otherwise could have clipped the pad at least. Just a hint of swing would have done it. But it held its line. Oh, that's from the middle of the bat. And it's a white dot in the vast black sky that will disappear beyond the side screen in green. Fidel Edwards provided as much pace as possible. Kenal Lewis has thrown the bat at it. It's one of the most authoritative cricketing strokes that you will ever find in a baseball stadium. Clean as a whistle. And that ball was travelling. That ball was travelling with absolute irreverence to the boundary rope. Chirag Vaswani is probably suggesting it's 6 even if you land it in the stands, you know. No need to clear Chicago. The box of balls is also depleting, and Judd and I can promise you this is what we'll be doing on the 5th. We're going on trek for leather hunt. .51, what a way to bring up the half century as well. 51 for 1. What a finish to that over from Kenal Lewis. Fiddle Edwards with a poor delivery for the final ball. A gentle tap from Kenal Lewis and the ball trickled away to the fence. .55 for 1 in 7 overs. Required rate 10. Manageable if these two bat exactly the way they're doing. It's very manageable. Hassan Khan celebrated in Pakistan from the under-19 days itself. Hassan Khan. Oh, that's gone many a mile straight down the ground. Boy, is it a special shot from Bhatti. And he's growing from strength to strength as the innings progresses. Proper textbook hit. The two contrasting styles of batters producing the same result in their own style and manner that will please the crowd. One is for the connoisseurs, the other is for the crowd, which is bred on the shorter format of the game. Here is Sunny Bhatti. Dancing down the track with a lovely follow through. And then there is Kenal Lewis butchering the ball. It's a great comeback though from Hassan, that has to be said. Those two dot balls back to back after being hit away for 6. Last ball. And a dot ball to finish. 7 runs off it. It could have been plenty more, but it's a great comeback indeed. 62 for 1. It's a wide delivery. Just restoring the balance of the bird. One on the leg side, one on the offside. That's a good delivery. Any other day could have chopped it on. Sunny Bhatti is riding on the luck factor. Big swing and a miss. Asif quickly making up for the 2 wide deliveries with 2 dot balls. The Liberty Cup USA, brought to you by Studio 7. It's been enthralling action from the word go. And today the 2 semi-finals being held at the iconic Slammers Baseball Stadium here in Joliet. It's been a treat to watch so far. The first game, the Incredibles walked away with a nail-biting finish win. And in the second game, we wait to see who's going to join the Incredibles in the grand finale tomorrow. Just in case you've joined us now, it's the Crescent BCC who won the toss and said we want to bat first. They put up a mighty target. .185 required for United 11, and they've managed 66 for 1 in 8.4. Oh, good chop. That could have been more runs. Not quite sure what he's appealing for, but all he needs to do is turn and thank the keeper. Yes, that didn't make the right sound as it came off the bat. That would have definitely left the leg stump. And for the sheer setting in which we play this cricket match, the fact that it hits the yellow strip, it's a home run. Kenan Lewis trying to take the leather off the cricket ball. 10 overs gone, 76 for 1. Just slapped it. Elevation never a problem for Kenan Lewis. Home run indeed. Oh yes, a lot of power behind it. He was just looking at the ball to see how far it goes eventually, but he knew immediately that it was far enough to be called a 6. And there's always perks of having Judd alongside you, who'd been a baseball referee before, now eventually falling in love with cricket as well. And then we decided to give him a gift of best of both worlds, so we had a cricket match in a baseball field. .76 for 1 at the halfway stage. That's got height but no distance. The second equation, the second ingredient required for 6 is missing. A good catch by Matthew. And United lose their second wicket in the form of Sunny Bhatti. The Crescents have managed to deliver a crack in the United 11. Partnership broken. Belief instilled that they can come back into the game. Looks like it's going to be Sharad Lumba. Bhatti's exit is after 33 runs of 30 balls. Knew immediately that he was in trouble. Bhatti. And a very good catch. Never lost sight of the ball. Under lights it can be difficult as you can lose the ball as well. That wasn't the case with Matthew. .76 for 2. What a start to the over for us. If he gave away 5 in the first, starts this over with a wicket. Can he keep the momentum going for the Crescent? Sharad Lumba facing his first ball. And a genuine waft. 110 of 58. He's got to play every ball. Can't leave. Even if it's in the corridor of uncertainty. You got to be the curious cat. He went fishing there. That is struck so crisply, and it's racing away to the fence. Sharad Lumba starts off with a stylish boundary on his legs. You just cannot bowl there. You keep a bowl of cherries alongside him and you gift him this ball, he'll choose this one every time. Just a crack. Not a big follow through, but did what was required to send the ball for 4 in that region. Concentrated on timing and placement. The result followed. Well adjusted this time around, lack of bounce. United 11 believe that the Lumba-Lewis coordination, this combination can get them forward in the game, keep them in the hunt. 105 of 56, you need 2 batters who can go great guns. Required rate of 11.2 to be achieved for half the overs allotted. You need 2 batters who can score runs very, very quickly and are very busy. Off the good balls can take singles of this kind. United 11 have just that. Usually after a wicket of that kind, there is a bit of a lull, and that's not seen here. United 11 did lose Bhatti, but Sharad Lumba has wasted no time to race away to 5 or 3 and also contribute to singles which are as quick as they can get with Kenar Lewis. The Lewis-Lumba combination. Can it bear fruit for United 11? Remember, they've withheld Tristan Coleman, who can smash the ball a long distance. If he's not sent in at 11.3 being the required rate, there's a clear plan that they need somebody who can run between the wickets very quickly, and that's what Lumba can offer. And the football skills do not come into play. Very disappointing for the bowler. The outside edge is raced away to the fence. Lumba's got 2 boundaries, one in control, one not so much. 11 overs later, 86 for 2. Big swing and a miss. Hassan Khan. Sometimes it's just difficult to be a spinner when you know that a batter is such that even an outside edge can travel the distance. Oh, this is high and handsome. Will take it on the rebound. That's 1-6 where Kenar Lewis was considerate of the fielders. They didn't have to go fetching. And that's what he's subscribed to. He will throw the kitchen sink at everything. Perhaps half the power that he's giving is required to clear the fence. That's a good comeback. That was very, very close. The one that didn't turn. Lewis is solving the puzzle. And what Hassan is doing is not allowing the time for Lewis to get settled. Very quick between balls. Last delivery coming up. 7 runs to this over. Lumba to face Hassan Khan for the first time. And doesn't get it from the middle of the bat. 12 overs gone, 93 for 2. This was a highlight in the over. The second delivery, Kenar Lewis receives it marginally in his zone, just marginally, and that's enough. Backing away, he has so much power to send the ball sailing for 6, and it's not counted as a catch off the rebound. (93 for 2 in 12 overs). In the air and a soft dismissal. A soft dismissal of a hardcore hitter. Sharad Lumba departs in single figures, and this might as well be the game-changing moment. Started off really well, but ended up checking his shot. Got into position early, but the ball didn't arrive. Hasib has provided the magical delivery. It stopped a little bit. I think he was in two minds. And in the end, lobbed the ball straight to Fiddle Edwards at extra cover. Sharad Lumba departs for 9. 94 for 3. United 11. And that's taken. It's one of the best catches that we've seen in the 2 games so far, and the soft signal's out. In fact, that's what matters. Kennard Lewis has just found out there is a region in this ground which is big enough. That ball touched the moon and came back. What a tremendous catch. Earlier we saw Sachal take one in the deep. This one went twice as high. Hassan went, catch it, catch it. And in the deep, making no mistake, taking the Aussie way with fingers pointing upwards. The fielder of Barrington Crescent has managed to take the piece of the moon. It's Kennard Lewis departing for a 48 of 38 balls. 98 for 4. Before Kennard Lewis and Tristan could unleash together, Lewis has found himself back in the hut. Sachal has a 200 to his name in a T20 in the Chicago Premier League. I was in India, it was about 3 a.m. and I got a call. It's Sachal's reached 200, what are you doing?
I realized that, yeah.
Starts to tick right away. Sachal. Tristan Coleman. He believes less in footwork, more in fireworks. If he gets going, 87 of 39 is possible. If he is subdued early, Barrington Crescent will breathe easy.
Come on, boys, come on!
99 for 4. Good slower delivery. Tristan Coleman was finished with a shot. The ball read today's newspaper, then arrived. Hassan Khan. What an over this is turning out to be. But that's a poor delivery. And Tristan will waste no time in putting it away. Simply dismissing it with disdain. 14 overs gone. 100 comes up with this boundary. 103 for 4. Very swift motion of that cricket bat. And he's chosen a great area, Tristan. Hand-eye coordination is just brilliant. That's the power of Tristan. Those are the strengths of Tristan. The hand-eye coordination, the power that he can put on that cricket ball. And he's got to back his strength to try and get to the total of 185. 33 of 30, Sunny Bhatti was the innings that started off well. That's in the air, that's in the air, and now Sachal is gone. Sachal departs for just 1 run. And it's time for celebration indeed, as Barrington Crescent realize another threat neutralized. Tristan's running out of partners. Partners who can score big just like him. Sachal cannot believe it. He's picked a lone fielder in the deep on the off. That wicket also presented an opportunity for a mini drinks break, but I'm very sure that bottle of water was actually not a bottle of water. There were more messages in it. What a good catch. Side tracking and well within the line. Then of course, the celebration that'll make to the highlights. With Sachal's wicket, things just got tougher for United 11. 105 for 5, 81 runs required. But it's important that Barrington Crescent do not go complacent here. If they grow complacent, things can change with Tristan. But the under-edge from Dev, it's a day that he wants to forget. First with the ball in hand, now with the bat. United 11 are scattering. 105 for 6. The under-edge, the slower delivery, completely misread it. Wanted to offer a lot of power. It's just that kind of a day where the game doesn't give you what you want. 105 for 6. (81 of 33). Barrington Crescent sense that they've already got 1 foot in the final, but it's just one. What a start for Sikandar. Where were you hiding? Kitten's whisker away from the leg stump. Or sometimes the bowlers do this so that the captain feels it was closer than what it was. 111 for 6. It's called the Nelson. And Judd, our third umpire, decides to give us a hop because Chirag didn't mind giving one. 111 for 6. What an eventful over this turned out to be. 8 runs and 2 wickets of it. Matthew, well bowled. The outside edge will be taken. Sikandar, well, I was about to say Raza. Sikandar, a flash in the pan. He had no option when the required rates reading 15.3. You've got to go for it. There's only so much that he could do as well. Tristan is at the moment handcuffed to the non-striker's end. For a runner ball 8, he's waiting as he sees the partners come and go. 112 for 7. Now United in the danger of being bundled out. This is getting tougher and tougher. It has to be Tristan playing out of his skins to keep them alive in this tournament. Otherwise, 186 looks like a distant dream, even more so because of deliveries of this kind. Through the kitchen sink at it. All he got was an outside edge. An excellent catch by the keeper. That'll do the trick. 7 wickets lost already. 1-1-2 on the board. 112 for 7. Asif Khan's been excellent with the ball in hand, and even more so as he hits the top of middle. United are not united anymore. They're literally scattering. Tristan is agonizingly waiting to be at the striker's end. 112 for 8. 2 wickets away here. Barrington Crescent from being in the grand finale. The smiles spread as they realize that there's 2 more nails to be in the coffin. Oh, this is a lovely template indeed. Look at the amount it jagged back in. The middle of the top of the middle stump was done. And Tristan doesn't want to look at the disturbance to the furniture. He's looking the other way. And just praying that it's all a nightmare and can end. 112 for 8, and the talented Tristan is manacled to the non-striker's end. Masado, who thought he's done his job with the ball in hand, will now be asked to bat as well. Score 15 and over and more. He's not taking that single. Tristan's not taking the single because he wants to face as many deliveries as possible. There's 1 more delivery left, and this is where he realizes he thought it was the final delivery. He thought it was the final delivery and refused the single. Now Masada has no option but to go for the big shot and try and pacify Tristan for the little error in judgment, little error in counting. Will Tristan choose the 6 pebbles in his pocket as well next time he comes in? He thought it was the final delivery, refused the single. Masado, swing and a miss. Calculation error. 113 for 8 in 16 overs. First delivery, right where he wanted, Matthew. Got him! Tristan misses. Matthew doesn't. It's a nightmare for United 11. They won their first game to be here at the Slammers Baseball Stadium. But it looks like they won't be advancing in the tournament. This is the end of the road for them. Required rate is marching to its own drum beats, and it's 113 for 9. Did well to bring his bat down on time, the tall Abhivark. Matthew is all smiles, and why not? He senses that his team's already in the finale. And it's... That's a very good delivery, actually, following the batter. Not a bad option at all. Lot of dancing around the wicket. But a swing and a miss at the end of it. Just waiting for formalities to end almost, as this game is slipped away from United. The first semi-final was a nail-biter. The second one is where you're waiting for things to end, as the result is already written on the wall. The writing is on the wall. 115 for 9. Very good attempt. Required rate is 28.2. He's saving every run that he can still. Uh-oh. Swinging the bat as hard as he can. Masada, oh, it's a direct hit, but he had made it. Chirag's gone upstairs just to be sure.
Oh, you have to come around. That's all. Yeah, that's all. You have to move, yeah. Yeah.
यार अक्षर भाई के वो जाने वाले हैं कार के पैडियो आ रहे हैं
I can't take on now. Game is going on. I think you're supposed to come around, you know, to help me.
Straight up in the air. That should have been a full stop to the game had that been collected, but a very good attempt by Matthew nonetheless. And it's going to go for 4. Something to cheer about for the men in orange, United 11. Oh, that's some shot. But it's going to yield only a single. Backing away, smashing it. The ball aimed at the middle stump. This has got only height and no distance. Fielder running in. Has pouched the catch. It's one of the safest pairs of hands. Hassan completes the catch and completes the game as well. It's Barrington Crescent who will be playing the Incredibles tomorrow to fight for the title. Liberty Cup USA brought to you by Studio 7. What a day of cricket it's been. United 11 are humbled as they bowl out for just 127, chasing 185. It's been absolutely clinical a performance from Barrington Crescent. They've stepped up on the big day. Barrington Crescent. They'll face the Incredibles tomorrow at the grand finale here at the iconic Joliet Slammers Baseball Stadium. All in all, it's been a great day of cricket, but this is how the United 11 panned out with a bat in hand. Sunny Bhatti did get a good start. Captain Ravinder Singh departed without troubling the scorers. Kenal Lewis troubled everyone, 48 of 38. Everyone who called himself a bowler or a fielder. Sharad Lumba departing early. Tristan Coleman, Sachin Magan not getting runs. The middle order faltering and nothing much to talk about after that. Masado Sims tried his best, but the game was already gone by the time he came out to bat. Contribution from 2 of the 3 in the engine room, but nothing to write home about after that. 127 is all that United 11 managed in a high profile game. Barrington Crescent. Matthew Ford was excellent with his 3 wickets. He picked up 2 in the same over, remember. And 3 wickets for Asif Khan. How wonderful was he? Khavar Ilyas picked up a wicket and Fiddle Edwards did one too. Picked up 1 2. 1 for Fiddle, 1 for Khavar. Hasib Azam, Hassan Khan pick up 1 apiece. Matthew Ford and Asif Khan take 3 apiece. Enough to put themselves in the final. Barrington Crescent have a chance, have a shot at the cup now. As this is how the game panned out. 185 is what Barrington Crescent managed after batting first, winning the toss and choosing to do so. Ahmed's 42 of 35 will be talked about, as it was an innings where he had to pace it according to the bowlers being in rhythm. Mehdi's 39 was very fluent to watch. Khan's 37 features in there as well. Lumba was the one to provide the first breakthrough after a wonderful opening partnership as he picked up 2 wickets. Sims was expensive today, but did play a role in fielding there with his catching efforts. Magon picked up 1 wicket as well. Lewis 48 of 38 for United 11 being the top scorer. Bhatti's 33 came off a little slow, but was a treat to watch. Some of the shots that he played straight down the ground especially. Sims managed to put a smile on the face of everyone who turned up in orange today, but there's only so much that he could do. 127 and United 11 were humbled. BCC win by 58 runs and a thumping victory to reach the final is already sending a statement to the Incredibles who waited to see who their opponents are going to be tomorrow. United Transportation versus Barrington Crescent Cricket Club. A shot at the Liberty Cup USA 2023 brought to you by Studio 7. Who are going to be the title winners? We'll find out tomorrow. All in all, it was a great day of cricket and we had absolutely a wonderful time bringing it to you. That's all we've got for you here at the Joliet Slammers Baseball Stadium. We bid you goodbye with a promise to meet you tomorrow. United Transportation versus Barrington Crescent. One would be the winner of Liberty Cup USA 2023. We'll find out tomorrow. Until then, goodbye and good night.